playing against Virginia, just on shirts. And, like you just walk around town and see people just have it on. Like, what's that like just for you?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely pretty cool just to have that moment kind of captured in history, and then just for myself, my family, and my teammates. So it's definitely a pretty cool moment. I get to see pretty consistently and kind of relive every once in a while.
What have you kind of worked on the most this offseason coming into a new year?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there's anything, one thing specifically. I think it's kind of been a wide array of, obviously, keeping my shooting percentage up or trying to get that better. Definitely getting into the paint, trying to do a little more playmaking down there, whether it's finishing myself or drawing defenders to kick the guys and drop off to the bigs. So I would say it's more just been, working on a lot of things and just trying to get better overall.
So what have you noticed about the new team? A lot of new guys now.
Yeah, I would say even though we have a lot of new guys, we bond pretty well together. I'd say the chemistry on the court has been pretty good so far. Like you expect a lot of new guys to be very tough, but I'd say so far it's kind of been pretty easy when you're on the court. Like we've been able to learn a lot about each other and how we play styles, and trying to play off each other. I know what some of the bigs like to do, some of the guards like to do already, so it's a little easier.
Does being in their shoes last year help you kind of this year being a returner but knowing exactly what they're feeling?
No, for sure, yeah, because like you said, I know exactly how they feel. I know sometimes it might feel uncomfortable to say something, or like they might not know what's going on, but that was me exactly last year. I was like, I would have to ask questions, and sometimes it's uncomfortable in a new scenario. You don't want to be that guy who's messing up and always asking questions, so I try to go out of my way and explain stuff to guys if, they look confused or they might have got something wrong, just make sure they know what's going on to just help out.
In your head, when does it flip for you to be focused on this season instead of last season's success?
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of after that season ends, you kind of enjoy it for a little bit, but then it's kind of on to the next right then and there. You want to right away, you want to start getting better. Like it's cool and all to have that behind you and what we've done as a team, but at the end of the day, it's new season, new opportunities, new players. So we kind of made that switch pretty quickly when we got back for our summer workouts.
Kind of off the wall question, but is there a reason behind wearing number 12?
I mean, I just grew up wearing it. My brother started out wearing it, and then I kind of just always wore his jerseys and kind of just rocked with that. I kind of always worn it my whole life when I was younger. Switched it up a little bit in high school and college if it wasn't available, but it's kind of always been my go-to number.
So you wore lacrosse?
Yeah, I've worn it when I was travel lacrosse, but if it was available, I pretty much always wore it.
Have you thought about playing Stanford again?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be pretty cool. I got some of my buddies are still on the team that I play with, and we go out there this year. So, I mean, it gives me a little excuse to go back out there, see the campus. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful area, and I get to see some of my old teammates and play against them, so it'll be pretty cool.
What was the cultural shell shock factor that you had coming to NC State? And then how has that grown and developed ever since you became a North Carolina hero and living through that this summer? Can you talk a little bit about what that's about?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing for me is just how involved everyone is in just the sports world. Mm-hmm. All the fans are so invested, which is unbelievable. Like whether you're walking around town on campus, people know who you are, and they want to see you do well. So I think that was something that's super cool for us. Just being here, is we know people have our backs, and just as the season went on, we had people always there for us, always supporting, always coming to games, and when you have fans like that always cheering you on, it gives you a little more motivation to go out there and play well, and just go out there and shoot your best.
No lacrosse here, but it has a great lacrosse history at NC State.
Yeah.
Still the all-time leading scorer in lacrosse is from NC State.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool.
It's definitely pretty cool.
It's been 50 years since they
Yeah.
had lacrosse here, but anyway. But just things that were important to you before you came to NC State are not as important here. It's all from your perspective, or from the program's perspective, it's all about basketball, and it's a different kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, I mean, academics are definitely still important. I'm still getting my MBA here while I'm here. I have 2 years to do that and get a degree, but there's definitely a big emphasis on basketball, which is something that's why one of the reasons I chose to come here is we come into a program that loves their basketball. They're willing to get better. The coaches are willing to invest time in us every day.